Hey everyone, so you want to get into crypto, but maybe you don't want to drop a bunch of cash to do it? I get it. Well, what if I told you there's a way? Today, we are going to dive into something really cool, something called a crypto airdrop.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Free crypto? No way. It sounds almost like a scam, right? But that's the big question we're going to tackle head-on today. Can you really get your hands on some cryptocurrency for free? And you know what? The short answer is yes. Absolutely. It's totally possible. And this method has a name. It's called an airdrop. Believe it or not, it's a legit and pretty common part of the crypto scene. So let's break down how this whole thing actually works.
Okay, so first things first, what in the world is a crypto airdrop? Let's get into it. The best way to think about it, honestly, is like getting a surprise gift delivered right to your digital front door.
So here's the official definition. An airdrop is basically when a project gives away free cryptocurrency tokens, sending them straight to people's digital wallets. Think of it like a free sample at a store, but for a new digital currency. And why do they do this? Well, projects use these digital gifts to get people talking, to reward their biggest fans, and, to get their new token out there to as many people as possible.
But wait a second. Why would anyone just give away free tokens? Seems kind of weird, right? Well, it's definitely not charity. It's actually a super smart marketing move. Airdrops create a ton of buzz. They're a great way to say thanks to early believers. They help spread the tokens out so not just one person owns them all. And, this is the big one, they get people to actually start using the new platform. It's a total win-win.
Okay, so we've got the theory down. That's great. But how do you actually go out and find one of these airdrops and, claim it? Let's get practical. Let's talk about the how-to.
First off, you gotta know that not all airdrops are the same. They really aren't one size fits all. As you can see here, you've got a few different types. There are standard airdrops, which are super easy. Usually you just have to follow them on social media or sign up for a newsletter. Then you've got holder airdrops, which reward you just for holding on to another crypto, say Bitcoin or Ethereum. Bounty airdrops are for people who are a bit more involved. Maybe you write an article or find a bug. And finally, exclusive airdrops are for the real insiders, like the earliest supporters of a project.
And you know what? The actual process is usually pretty simple. It really just comes down to these 5 steps. First, check if you're even eligible. Second, get a compatible digital wallet ready. Something like a MetaMask wallet is pretty common. Third, and this is important, follow the official instructions to a T. Fourth, you claim your tokens. They might show up automatically, or you might have to click a link. And last, but definitely not least, you secure those tokens in your wallet.
All right, everybody, listen up, because this next part is probably the single most important thing we're going to talk about today. Seriously, because wherever there's opportunity, there's also risk. So let's talk about how to stay safe and protect your crypto.
Knowing how to tell a real airdrop from a scam is absolutely critical. So what are the green flags, the good signs? Well, a legit project will always communicate through its official channels, like their real Twitter account or Discord server. And they will only ever ask for your public wallet address. That's it. Now, the red flags. These are the big warning signs. If anyone asks for your private keys or your seed phrase, run. If they ask you to send them crypto or pay a fee to get your free tokens, it's a scam. And if they're using crazy, urgent language and making promises that sound too good to be true, well, you know the saying, trust your gut. If it feels sketchy, it almost certainly is.
I'm going to say this again because it's that important. This is the golden rule, the number one thing you need to remember. A legitimate airdrop will never, ever ask for your private keys or your seed phrase. Think of your seed phrase as the master key to your entire crypto vault. It's like giving someone the PIN to your bank card and the card itself. You just don't do it. Ever.
Okay, so now that we know how to do this safely, let's kind of zoom out a bit. What's the real value here? Why should you even care about airdrops in the long run? Because I'm telling you, it's about way more than just getting a handful of free tokens.
I mean, look, getting free tokens is obviously awesome. That's the biggest piece of the pie here. But check out what else is going on. Airdrops can help you grow and diversify your portfolio. They give you a front row seat to brand new projects before they get huge. And you also get to learn and become part of a new community. The payoff is so much bigger than you might think. And honestly, this right here is why airdrops are such a game changer, especially if you're just starting out. They're a super low-risk way to jump into the crypto world without having to invest your own money. You get to learn, you get to explore, you get to participate. It's basically like getting experience and an education, all for free.
And just so you know, this whole airdrop thing is constantly evolving. A few years ago, it was all about just blasting out tokens to as many people as possible. But now, they're getting way more sophisticated, targeting really loyal and engaged users. And looking ahead, the future is going to be even cooler. We're going to see airdrops tied into things like DeFi, that's decentralized finance, and even NFTs, rewarding people for specific things they do on a platform.
So, I want to leave you with this final thought to chew on. Are airdrops just free money? A clever marketing gimmick? Or are we actually watching the birth of a whole new way to build and reward online communities? A way to build them from the ground up? Honestly, the real answer is probably somewhere in the middle. And that's exactly what makes this corner of the crypto world so fascinating to watch. Thanks so much for tuning in.